everybody, and welcome to the Knitters League. We're doing our second round of individual videos for you guys today, and we are going to be talking about some of our favorite knits, some of our not so favorite knits, and our future projects. Also some bags. I personally won't be talking about bags because I don't have any up here, just one. But it is our 40th episode, and I am Elissa, coming to you without makeup today because, well, quarantine and why. Just, give your skin a fresh break or whatever if you wear makeup like me. But anyway, so as you can see behind me, I have my stash. But first, I'm going to be talking about an FO because I have one. I am wearing the Decades wrap by Nice and Knit. And came out really beautifully. I love these colors, and what's the word? After blocking it, it gave me that it softened it up. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I'm probably going to take it off because I am a little warm up here, but like I said, it's all done. It's a quick little FO for you guys. So speaking of favorites, because I do like that one a lot, I am wearing one of my favorites. It was actually a test knit for Isabel Kramer. It is the Aldous. I always pronounce things wrong, so I apologize. But I love this. It's got a different type of raglan. It gives it a really nice structure. It's got little details on the sleeves and on the sides, but at the same time, and it's got a split hem here, but at the same time it's simple, which is basically what I like, which you will probably see from my favorite knits. However, my all-time favorite is also another Isabel Kramer knit. It was a test knit as well, is the Kyler shawl. I love this one. Back here is more of the color. Also has to do with the yarn I used. It is Ba yarn. They're out of California, and the yarn has some cashmere in it, and I think that's partly why. Well, that's not. I mean, it's a very nice yarn. I love the color, everything about it. I love it. I mean, it's versatile. It's large enough to wrap around a couple times or just kind of put over my shoulders if I need a little more warmth on my shoulders. So yeah, that is my favorite. One of my next favorite knits is actually another knit in Nice and Knit yarn, which is the Madewell by Joji Locatelli. We made these for Rhinebeck a couple years back. None of us did the elbow patches. I wanted to, just never got to it. And then I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just wearing it. I just love it because I can throw it on. It's a good weight. It's also happened to love the yarn and the color. It's Urchin by, like I said, Nice and Knit. It's fingering weight, which is odd because fingering weight is not my favorite to knit with, only because it is takes longer, plain and simply. But some of my favorites are actually in fingering, and I think that's probably because they're a lighter weight, and I feel like it just drapes a little bit better than some of the other thicker yarns. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up as well. I don't know. What do you guys think? So that is another one. What is my next favorite? Well, I'm going to switch over to a hat. I made the Kobuk by Caitlin Hunter, and I love this hat partly because the pom-pom, but I think it's got really nice, interesting pattern. It's different, and it's got the mohair, so it gives it that nice little fuzzy halo-y look. And I did this with Nice and Knit, which it was their DK with and with yak. Lux. Oh yeah, DK Lux. And I just bought a mohair from Webs. It wasn't, I don't think it was a specific, can't really remember the name offhand, but alpaca pom-pom, it was called a bun. But so this is another one of my favorite knits. I wear it a lot. I love the colors. I don't know, you know. Here's another one. Let's see, what should I show you next? Well, one of my earlier knits is Alicia Plummer, Campside Cardi. Campside Cardigan. Cardi, I guess you could call it Cardi. This I did in Nice and Knit. Gosh, I feel like this I did in drawing a blank here. Holy cow. Madeline Tosh. Woo! And I just love it. It's a simple cardigan with little elements. I enjoyed knitting it the entire time. I also love the yarn I picked. I think a lot of the favorites that I have has to do with the yarn, really. The colors and the patterns also, but the yarn itself definitely makes it a favorite. So that is another one of my favorites. Let's see, which one should I show you next? I'm going to show you my Millie by Nice and Knit in Bowie, the colorway Bowie. It's a fingering yarn. This is just a simple pullover, a little bit of a dolman sleeve kind of, and it's just a simple pullover sweater, and I like to wear like a button up under it a lot, and it's just, I also love the color. But yeah, that is another one of my favorites. I think maybe you guys can sense the trend of not basic, that's not what I wanted to say, classic. Like I like a classic cut, something that has a slight detail perhaps, but just, I don't want to say it's a simple knit because it's not that they're simple knits, but they are classic. I mean, I guess that's versatile. Like I like something that I can wear with a lot of different things, which will bring me to a couple of my newer favorite knits that I've recently finished. This one here is So Faded by Andrea Mowry, and I used why do I draw so many blanks? Holy cow, I feel like an idiot right now. Farmer's Daughter. Whew. I used Farmer's Daughter yarn, but at Brooklyn General Market or General Store, Brooklyn General Store. We actually went to go see Andrea Mowry that day for the event that Christy Glass had done, and this is the yarn that I bought for it, and I love it. It's again, it's like classic, simple, with a little bit of a different detail. 3 skeins for the size I didn't use all of them. I'd say I used, based on how, if you want to do it cropped or longer, I used most of this middle color in here, because what I did was I brought it back into the bottom, and then I did the same with the sleeves. I did the long sleeve version, even though I kind of messed up because I was doing the crop for the body, and I just kept reading, and it said, if you're doing the short sleeve, decrease this many times. But I just kind of blanked and just did those decreases, and then realized, oh, I was supposed to switch that. But it's fine. I mean, I feel like sleeve decreases are, I mean, it's different for everybody. It depends on how you like your sleeve. So that is that one. And obviously, I don't know if it's obvious, but another newer knit, my In Stillness pullover. Another Alicia Plummer design. also nice knit yarn in our color, the Rhinebeck League in the green. I think so much about this sweater also has to do with the yarn, because I love this color so much, so much. And I mean, I don't think you can even, we've said it before, the camera does not do it justice. It's just, I love it. But also I just like the simpleness, the classic sweater that the in Stillness Cardi is. So those are my favorites. I do want to show you one that is not my favorite. There's a couple reasons why. Okay. I am usually very happy with everything I've knit. I do knit a lot for other people, meaning like for gifts or whatever, and I have no problem doing that. But and there's actually, I made a shawl for myself. I did the Doodler, and it's the one that I did very poppy colors. And not that I didn't like it, but it was just like very difficult to wear for me. I couldn't figure out how to wear it so I didn't feel like weird. I don't know. So I ended up giving it to my mom, and she wears it, and I'm happy that, you know, like that's the one knit that I didn't love enough to use, so I gave it to somebody that would. So this one is my Soldotna Crop. So, love the colors I chose. I love the pattern. However, there's just something about it that I don't love. I think I'm not a lover of the crops, specific height crops. I don't feel like my body type is right for those, and I don't know. I mean, maybe if I was more comfortable with like a cute outfit that I had to wear with it. Any suggestions? Maybe it'd be a different story. But this is my least favorite knit I have. In fact, I've tried to wear a couple of times, and every single time I put it on, I'm like, I just don't love it. Like I said, I just don't have the right outfit. I'm not a person to do a high-waisted jean and just wear the crop. I don't have a lot of dresses that would lend to the high. I feel like it needs to be a high waist, and I don't have a waist. I'm also very short torsoed, so it's just not flattering. So that is why this is my least favorite. Those are really my only knits I want to talk about. A lot, like I said before, a lot of my knits I go to, I give as gifts, which I'm going to show you one that I'm working on. That is someone asked me to knit it. So I'm making another Sproutlette Dress. The pattern is by Tanis Fiber Arts, and I'm actually using her yarn I showed you guys earlier, a couple episodes ago. So here we go. I just want to show you that really quick because a little dress for a little girl is so much quicker to make than a sweater for yourself, or even a shawl for that matter, because shawls can be really big. I mean, you use a lot more yarn for a shawl. So those are my favorites and least favorite knits. Oh, since I was talking about bags, this is a Mrs. Brown's bag. I'm sure it's familiar to everybody. So let me talk to you about future projects. So I guess I really need to figure out what that future project is going to be. I've got a couple. What will be the first one? Actually, after I'm done with that dress for the Sproutlette for the gift, I'm either going to finish my sleeves on my Zweig, or I will start a new project, which will be potentially Timber by Shannon Cook. So Shannon, I actually just bought yarn from it, from Brooklyn Tweed, and this is my newest purchase. So I bought this, I bought the Shelter, I bought the Yellowstone colorway, I'm really excited about this. Let me show you the pattern also, just in case you're not familiar with it. It is, like I said, timber. And go all the way down to the bottom here. And I will find you a good picture of it. I just love this sweater. I like it for a couple reasons. Let me show you another detail on the back. The pattern itself, it's got little details like I've talked about before. Little details, but still classic. And I just love the way that yarn looks, like that targhee. It's American targhee and Columbia wool. It's just, I don't know, it's like soft but farmy at the same time. So like, if any of you have used Shelter, you know what I'm talking about. It's, I don't know, I'm just really excited to use this. I've never used Shelter before, so this will be a first for me. If anybody has any pointers, I think it is a delicate yarn. It does appear to be able to pull easily if I were to pull too hard. So I'm definitely going to be careful when I do that. But that is what I'm thinking I'll do next if I don't do the sleeves. However, there are other options. So if any of you have been paying attention to Tanis Fiber Arts, she had a she was looking for test knitters, and I'm looking it up so I could show you the she has this, it's called I can't remember the name, Rocket Tea. I wanted to test knit really bad, and I know I should maybe not be doing test knits because I should just be getting stuff done, but let me tell you, I just love this. See? So it's fingering and mohair combo, and I was like, I want to test knit this so bad. I don't have any mohair, but I'll buy some. It doesn't matter. I have plenty of fingering I could use. So I found what I wanted to use, and I'm still going to do it because I ordered I ordered the fingering, the mohair I mean. So this is Giggling Gecko yarn. This is the Tabooty. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. But in Purple Craze, look at that. Can you guys see that? I'm working backwards. It's very difficult to do, by the way. Where did that color? Oh, there it is. So it's got like pieces of purple. It's like a purpley gray, some pops of pink. I'm going to put that with some Pearl Soho mohair in their phlox something color. It's like a pinkish purple. I think that'd be, I think it's gonna be really, really pretty. So when that pattern comes out, you know I'm gonna be working on that. That'll be a nice summer sweater, a summer knit. I'm excited for it. Of course, I'm doing, planning on a project that the pattern's not even out yet, but I figure, she said mid-May, I'm going for mid-May. So that'll be my May project. But yeah, so this is merino, 60 merino, 20 silk, and 20% yak in this. So that'll be so, so nice. Like, anyway, that is that. And if I were to start a different project other than those two, no, you know, I think those are my plans. Those are my plans for my future knits. I don't want to get too ambitious. I already am too ambitious. I don't know, I guess I don't want to have too many plans because then I won't be disappointed when I don't do them. Simple as that. I mean, I have a lot of yarn. I mean, can you see? Do you see all my yarn? I did talk about this pink here and this teal, making this for my daughter's in Stillness Cardi, mini Cardi. No, in Stillness pullover mini. Probably saying that all wrong. The pink for my daughter, the younger daughter, and the teal for my older daughter. But I'm like, if I make those now, they could be small for them when they actually wear them, because it's gonna be summertime soon. It's getting nice out there. It's a little windy right now, but I don't want them to not wear them. However, my youngest daughter, she's very she's like, oh, I also had bought this purple to make her a hat. Shabooey. I bought this purple to make her hat. She chose that, and she will not let me forget. She asked me literally, let's see, must have been Friday. It could have been Thursday. So today's Sunday. So she asked me just a couple days ago, Mommy, when are you going to make me my sweater? How about my hat? Or the socks? I'm like, ooh. Clearly she won't forget. So I'm going to have to make something for her soon. Maybe I should really just bite the bullet and make those damn socks. I hate socks. Great results. Don't like knitting them. But maybe if they're smaller, it won't be so bad. And I'm like really talking to myself right now. I miss my girls. I mean, I know it sounds weird because there are so many podcasters that are themselves, just themselves, and they can do it. But I think, you know, having started with Laurie, Julie, and Sophia, it's like that's who we are, and better together. Hopefully you don't think we're horrible apart. But yeah, this is all I have for you guys. I mean, I guess I could tell you a couple other things just to oh, I did want to show you something. I talked about it before. Let me show you that suggestion that my sister had with the having all her knits in those sleeves. Well, I did it. Of all the patterns that I could find that I have printed. Oh, ow! Okay, so that was abruptly ended because the binder fell on my head. And now I have this red mark on my head. That actually really hurt. Oh my God, it was like the corner. Anyway, I do want to show you my binder. See, it's difficult, but anyway, you get the idea. So any pattern that I have, I printed it. That I have printed, I put it in here, and I sorted it from head to toe. So I have hats, then I go on to scarves and shawls, then I go into sweaters and cardigans. Then I go into children's. I separated children's and adult. The children patterns I then put in socks. Oh, and then like I have a couple of gloves up here with the hats. So I think I put the hats before the I put the hats before the shawls. But anyway, I have not. Oh, what in the world is going on? Apparently I'm missing. Some of these did not make it into the. There we go. But anyway, I love this idea. So I don't know if you guys have a pattern sorting method, but I really like that one. Holy cow, that looks bad. That's a bump. Almost looks like a mosquito bite. You saw it firsthand. I'm hurt. But anyway, that's it for me. We're gonna go on to the other girls, and just so you know, I hope you're comfy because it's gonna be a long one. Mine alone, who knows? I think I talked for like half an hour. Almost, if not half an hour. But so I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe, and hopefully you enjoy it, the rest of the podcast. Bye for now.
Hi everyone, Julie here. It's good to be back. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Um, yeah, so we have another special podcast episode for you. As you probably already know, we had some requests from viewers, some comments with some ideas for us. So we're going to do 3 segments. The first is going through some of our old finished objects, our old hand knits, to show you our favorites or some projects that maybe didn't turn out as well as we had hoped, or maybe the yarn didn't hold up, or just a not great yarn and project combination. In our second segment, we're going to go through some dream knitting, or some projects we already have lined up with yarn that we hope to cast on soon. And lastly, we had a lot of comments about our bags from our last podcast. People wanting to know, where do we get our bags, or who are they from, who they buy, where did we purchase them? So I'm just going to go through the bags I had picked up in the last podcast and just give you that information. Okay, let's get started. So we'll talk about first what I'm wearing. This is one of my very favorite projects ever. This is the Beekeeper Cardigan by Marie Green. I think I made this 2 years ago, and this is Miss Bab's yarn. I just think I made it like 3/4 sleeves, and I don't know, just perfect. It's just one of my favorites. Obviously I love the color, and I just love the pattern. I don't know, this is one of the projects I would definitely make again. It's a winner. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go through like some of these. I think maybe not even a year ago, we kind of talked about some of our favorite old projects. So I'm gonna go quick on some of these. Some of these are more recent, but one of my very favorites is the Koivua by Caitlin Hunter. So I just made this recently, so you probably remember that. And I used old wool yarn and for the main color. And I'll put all information about all projects for all of us in the down bar in the description box. So if you ever want to look up any of our projects. Oh, and the contrast yarn for this is Once Upon a Corgi. That's what I was trying to remember. Okay, another one of my favorites is Swancho, Caitlin Hunter. I just love the colors in this. I did not pick out these colors. This was a kit I had bought from White Barn Farm, and this was Christy Glass's, the color she had picked for her Swancho, and I just loved it so much, and I bought the kit. It's one of my favorites. All right, this is more recent, very recent. This is my LoopFiber company yarn with the yin yang, the 2 different colors kind of matching up. All right, this is my Leelanau. This is Farmer's Daughters for the main color, and then I use a Madeline Tosh for the little like specks or little tiny hearts. I wear this a lot. It's one of my absolute favorites. Okay, next, what is this called? This is a Christmas sweater from 2 years ago, Julgran. Can't remember exactly. Again, information down below. And this is White Barn Farm yarn. I just love this. Some of my ornaments are falling off, but see the tree and the ornaments? Just, that's so cute and fun. All right, this is an oldie. This is one of the, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years ago. One of my staples. I still wear this all the time. This is the Campside Cardi by Alicia Plummer. and I use Malabrigo yarn. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. These holes. The only thing about this is I believe it's a DK. It calls for DK yarn, and I use worsted, and I think I chose a size that was a little too big because it kind of slides up my shoulders a lot. But that does not stop me from wearing it all the time. It's just a great neutral color that I need in my wardrobe, and I love cardigans. I don't think I'm holding this up well. I can't really show this that great. And then last, for favorite projects, is my throwback. Yay, just love this one. Again, cardigan, super fun to wear. And I know I used, can't remember the main color, but I used Hello Mellow, Yellow Mellow yarn for the color work. Okay. All right, oh, I wanted to show you, I didn't make this, but this is one of my favorites. So, back in the day, before I knew Laurie and Elissa, and I had met Sophia when our kids were little, through the school our children went to, the Montessori school. And she was knitting, and she got me knitting, but for years and years and years, I did not make anything besides hats, really. I think maybe a scarf or two. But Sophia was a huge sweater knitter, even back then, and she would make sweaters for like everyone. She made a ton for her sister. She made, I think, at least 2 for me, but here is one of them. This is the Effortless Cardigan. Did I show this before? I might have. And this was knit in Noro Silk Garden, I believe. And I just have always loved this. It's one of my favorites. So, thanks, Sophia. Yeah, she was such a, I don't think, well, no, she still makes things for everyone. I don't know, she's pretty good like that. Okay. All right, so here's like my less successful hand knits. This is the Rosemont Cardi, and it's a cardigan, which I love. It's a super pretty color. Definitely love this color. This is, oh my gosh, I forget. I should remember. Again, information down below. But I think when I picked up for the collar, I messed it up. I think it's a little wonky. So when I wear it, it just never lays right on my body. So I don't really wear it. And this type of collar, I don't know, maybe because it's not laying right, but it just feels like it's too much for me. It's not very comfortable. So I don't find myself grabbing it and choosing to wear it. Though it is beautiful. Okay. All right. This is an oldie. This is the Shalom Cardigan. All right. Megan McFarlane. This was a very popular project a while ago, right? I'm sure a bunch of you have made this. And I do love this. I don't wear it that much anymore. I think because I don't love buttons, or maybe these buttons. Maybe I should change them. I don't know, it's pretty. I think I use Noro here, and I think Knit Picks for the main color. I think, and Sophia had made at least a few of these, and I copied her and made one. All right, this is my Madewell. I actually do like this, but just wanted to say I I messed this up. This calls for fingering weight, and I use lace weight. So it's small, which when I made it, I was pretty tiny, so it worked out. But now I don't really wear it that much. It's maybe a little too small, but it is beautiful. I do love this. Okay. Here's a sweater I've actually never worn. I think I did wear it on the podcast when I had it almost finished. Like I just needed to do the armholes, armpits, sew them up. But this is the stopover. This was on like the Mason-Dixon when they do the knit along in February, where you knit a sweater in a month. And this is using that, what is it called? That really, really rustic yarn, like from Iceland. What is it? I should have wrote all this stuff down. But this was my first time doing, excuse me, color work. And everything is really pulled too tight. So I don't know. First of all, it's a scratchy sweater. I don't know. I should try wearing this. I've never worn it. It's making me cough. All right, this is, I'll say it again. This is really weird doing this without the other girls. They fill in the spots where I don't have words. And I miss that. Okay, here's a sweater I made 3 years ago with Miss Bab's yarn. And I kind of just did my own thing, which I thought would be cool and a good idea. But now I just really don't like it. It's okay. I don't know, I had this good idea about spacing out the stripes, making them bigger gradually, but it looks like it didn't go as well right here. I love this yarn. I love this pink. I don't know, it's a harsh contrast with the black. And I made it like, it's like tight, but then long. I don't know. I think I've worn it a few times, just not one of my favorites. Actually, I think about a year ago, I went through all my hand knits and got rid of like things I never, ever, ever wear or never will wear. I think I donated them to Goodwill. So these are not even like the silliest of all my hand knits that went really wrong, because there was a couple like huge sweaters. And all right, so here, this one's kind of big. So this is called Spring Lines by La Maison Real. And I absolutely love this sweater. Sophia made one too. But it calls for DK yarn, I believe. But when I knit it, this is when I first started knitting sweaters, and somehow my brain interpreted it as Aran weight, and it's huge. But I copied the designer, like the exact colors she used. I just love this color, these colors together. And this sweater had a really cool detailing with the pocket, which Sophia likes to laugh about, because, oh, whatever. Maybe she'll show you her sweater that has it. So I think, I mean, I have worn this sweater, but it really is just too big. But I just can't bear to part with it because I love the colors. I don't know. What should I do with it? Take it out, try again. Okay, and here's my last one I'm going to show you. We were supposed to do 10, and I think I did more. But this is my Hoarfrost Shawl, which I love the pattern, but this yarn was too chunky for this project. So this is so big. I mean, what do I do with this? It is huge. And I actually do have this in my pile to, I'm going to frog this and reuse the yarn. I love this yarn. It's a natural woolly farm yarn, La Planta. Again, information down below. So I do want to use this yarn again, and perhaps I would make, knit this pattern again with smaller yarn, probably DK. I think it calls for worsted. This was just definitely heavy worsted. So that's that. Okay, moving on to the next segment, which was future projects. I don't have too many of these because usually if I buy yarn, I just like to, I don't necessarily have a project in mind, though sometimes I do. All right, let me pull up some things on my iPad so I could show you. But I do have a couple, I don't know where they went. Okay, and I have mentioned this on a podcast before, but I want to make Arette by Geraldine Yang. Can you see that? With this pretty Malbrigo, and this for the part with the mohair. So I hope to cast that on soon. And then I have been dying for years and years. I want to make Piece of Silver by Vera Valimaki. And just recently I got some yarn at Village Wool, the Village Wool sale. The Wonderland yarns. So just gray. I just want a fun, neutral, fingering weight sweater. Okay, next, I can't wait to cast on for the Caledonia by Sylvia Watts Cherry. We actually met Sylvia at VKL this past January, and her daughter as well, who is the model in these photos. All right, here we go. Isn't that pretty? And for that sweater, I think I want to use this is from my sheep, Coco, we call her. So I want to use that for this. And there's another pattern by her that she recently came out with it. But that's in a lookbook, number 12, London. Maybe you guys saw this on Instagram recently. I just love this. Little vest. Oh, that'd be so cute. So that's about all I have really for future projects. So I will move on to bags. And like I said, I'm just going to pull out the bags I had used. I had pulled out last podcast just to tell you quickly where I got them. I didn't use this, although I'm going to show you this one first. I love using baskets for knitting projects. And this is from Colemama Creations. This is a rope basket. Love that. All right, next, I believe, so I have a bunch that I've actually made. I'll just use these two. So Laurie and I made bags together for a little while, for maybe about a year. We actually sold, we have a friend, Carrie, from Ayers Creek Farm, and she has a booth at Rhinebeck, and she also goes to the Connecticut Sheep and Wool and various other fiber festivals, and she was nice enough to sell our bags in her booth for, like I said, about a year. Anyway, so this is one of the bags I had made. Sloth bag. I think that's all I have here. So hopefully Laurie will show you some of her bags that she has made. But what else? So this is not a bag I made. This is a pleister bag. Sophia had gifted this to all of us girls about a year ago. It's one of my favorites. Love the color. This is a Fat Squirrel Project Bag I got at Needles Up, maybe 2017. I think the first Needles Up. I just love these. Look at the trees. They're like, I don't know, kind of yarn bombed, rainbow style. And here's just a few more. This is one of my favorites. This is Bags by Awesome Granny. She has so many awesome bags. And she had gifted us some bags a year or two ago. I use this all the time. I just love how cute this is. Next up, one of my very favorites, Fringe Supply field bag. Love this color. My husband had gotten me this when he went to Paris a couple of years ago with my daughter and his mother. And then, see, we end up with a lot of bags, and I do use all my bags. We all love bags. We all use all of our bags. They may sit with storage as storage containers for a little while, but they all get used. This is a gift from Laurie. This is the Fringe, oh my gosh. This is Fringe Town Bag, and Laurie had surprised us and gifted us these bags a while ago. This is great. It just holds a lot. So I use this one a lot just because, and it's easy to carry. Use it as like a purse as well. And then another gift from Sophia. When she went up to Montreal, she went to Espace Tricot, and she got us all a gift. And this was a bag she got there. And it has a little pin that it fell off. And this is a good, I like this one too. Good size. I do have it stuffed right now with the project I have not started. So that's it. That's all I have today. We are hopefully, our next podcast will be regular style to kind of talk about the normal stuff, our works in progress, to talk about our works in progress and finished objects, all that good stuff. We just thought it'd be fun to do another special little episode for you. Hope you can hear me well. I'm not talking that loud. My kids are still sleeping. I feel like I have allergies, so I've had to edit I'm gonna have to edit this quite a bit. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and thank you for all the lovely comments we received on our last episode. It was so nice to read. We love doing this podcast, and it feels great to be appreciated. So thank you for that, and I hope everyone is doing well, and see you next time. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Sophia. How are you? I hope you are all well, safe and healthy, and all your loved ones are too, and we're all sticking it out together, social distancing, doing our part in this current coronavirus time, which is just unbelievable. But anyway, I'm going to get into some of my favorite FOs. And the first one I'd love to talk about is this shawl I made ages ago. And this is by Isolde Teague, and it's her Follow Your Own Arrow pattern. And I don't know if she's still doing these, but it was annually for a couple of years. And this was the first year she did it, where it was kind of a choose your own adventure. So you would sign up for the mystery knit along, and every week she would send you a clue. but the clues would be A or B. And you could choose, okay, I'm gonna knit A, and this time I'll knit B. And so there was like a lot of possibilities for each shawl. So not everyone's shawl looked alike and came out the same. Even there was different shapes, and it was a lot of lace. But I thought this was such an incredible idea, and I thought when I learned the concept that Isolde was doing, I was so impressed. And I still am impressed. She's an amazing designer, and I thought how clever to come up with a shawl pattern where, like I said, it's choose your own adventure, A or B, and then, you know, you can do B, 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 A, and if you look on people's project pages, they'll tell you what clues they did, and I just thought that was so neat. And this was the first year she did the follow your own arrow, and this was a challenger for me at the time. I bet it would still be a challenger for me now, because I'm not the best at lace, and this has a ton of lace. And I love this shawl. I think it was one of the first shawls I ever made. And the reason I love it so much is I was really proud of myself. Do you have that project where you finished it and you were like, oh, I can't believe I did that? I'm so proud of myself. I completed it and it actually came out. This was one of those projects for me. And I was so proud of myself and so happy with it. And I still am. The yarn is Blue Moon Fiber Arts, and I think it's Blue Face Leicester wool. The yarn has since been discontinued, and so you can't get it anymore, but I love this green. It's so pretty. I don't have a lot of green in my wardrobe or in my stash. Somehow I don't gravitate to green, and I love green. But I love this shawl. It's so easy to wear. If you were to make it, you would have to, and I never made a project page for this. I don't think I did. So I can't even tell you what combination I knit. But there are so many threads on Ravelry. So if you go to the Follow Your Own Arrow, Isolde Teague group, the Follow Your Arrow thread, you'll see all the different projects over the years that people made. And she came out with this pattern. I think she did it for 3 years in a row, a different pattern or a different shawl pattern. And I just thought it was so neat. And I love this pattern. I love the shawl, I mean, so much. Okay, so my next one I have is another shawl. I have a big pile of stuff here. So this is another one of the earlier shawls I knit. And this is Daybreak by Stephen West. And I went through this phase when I first started knitting where I loved rainbow stripes. I don't know what it was, the attraction just made me happy, seeing the change of color. I don't know, but it was a real thing for me. And so this is knit in Knit Picks Chroma. And the cream color is Debbie Bliss Cashmerino Aran. And I love this shawl too. I just think it's so pretty and fun. And I do wear this quite a bit. I wear it mostly in the house. I don't know why I don't wear it out. Maybe because it's, I don't know, so bright and colorful. It makes me happy. I should wear it more often out. But I do wear it in the house a lot. And it's held up so well. I knit it ages ago. And it's a really pretty one. I really, really like it. Okay, the other shawl that I love so much, which you guys have seen this shawl. Let me fix my hair. Is the Girl from the Grocery Store shawl by Joji Locatelli. Now this one, and I spilled ice cream on it. Okay, don't look. Okay. We were all gonna make it, all of us Knitters League girls. I think we all did make it. And I love how this came out. I just love the lace. Look at that. How pretty is that? And it smells so pretty. I don't know, maybe I sprayed perfume on it. But it was knit with cephalopod yarns, which I think that company has since gone out of business. But this is that fingering. And this is Madeline Tosh 80-10-10. Don't look at the ice cream. 80-10-10 fingering. But the cashmere in this makes this shawl so luxurious and beautiful. Another thing I wanted to point out, I don't buy cream or white yarn. I don't know if you guys do. I rarely do. I'm always so attracted to color. But I love the projects where I've used cream or white as a background or just part of the project. Those projects, finished objects, are some of my favorite. So I have to remember to buy cream. Cream is such a great staple, and it really shows off the other beautiful hand-dyed yarns, or in this case, the Knit Picks Chroma. Anyway, putting together all of these FOs in one spot and me really having to think about them and why they're so special to me, why I like them, really made me think about cream. I don't know about you. Have you thought about cream? Maybe you haven't. I don't think about cream. I've got another project with cream, which I'm going to show you guys. But anyway, I love this. It's beautiful. Don't look at the ice cream. And yeah, I highly recommend it. It's very wearable. And I wear this one a ton out. I do. It's so pretty. Anyway, okay. So I also have this one. I love this one. This is the West Desert Hood, and this is a free pattern. Again, it's one of the ones I knit in my early knitting years, and it's by Virginia Catherall. She's the designer. It's Catherall, West Desert Hood, free pattern. And I was so attracted to color changes, striping in my early knitting years that this one, when you see the project page, and I wonder if I can pull it up. I had looked up, oh, I have it up. Look at this, you guys. Can you see it? Oh, is it getting blown out? Look at that. So how awesome would that be for scraps? You have a lot of DK lying around. I used Malabrigo Silky Merino because there was a time I was heavy into the Malabrigo. I still love Malabrigo, we know that, but there was a time I was really like loving Malabrigo. So these are 3 shades of Silky Merino, and this cream color is an alpaca, which what it is, I'm not certain, but I can look it up. But anyway, again, with the cream, right? Really shows off this yarn. These are all slip stitches. It looks way more complicated than it is. It's super, super easy. I wear this one a lot, and I get a lot of compliments every time. People cannot believe I made it. You know, they're all like, oh my God, did you make that? Look at that. How pretty, right? Underneath a winter coat. Oh my gosh, it looks really pretty. I love it. And I think I've podcasted with this on. It's a favorite of mine. It really, really is. A free pattern. Highly recommend it. It's a quick one. Slip stitches. So easy. DK. You could do each row, each one a different color. Stash Buster. It's a good one. Okay. So, that being said, what else do we have? Oh, favorites. The Adventurous Wrap. Amber Ryan. I've shown this on the podcast. This was a kit I purchased from Nice and Knit. Stunner, right? You guys have seen this, but I had to show it because it's a favorite. And I do wear this one a lot. Like a lot. And I get a lot of compliments on it. I mean, it looks like art, right? Again, Adventurous Wrap, Nice and Knit, all fingering. This was a kit, and I talked about it a lot on the podcast in the past, and I love these colors. The ladies in Nice and Knit, they are so talented, and oh my God. Yeah, I love it. Okay, what else? Okay, let's get back to the funky striping thing. So I think I talked about in the past, maybe it was 2 podcasts ago, my obsession, maybe it was a few podcasts ago, I don't know, but I went through a hardcore Noro obsession too. Crazy, all things Noro. I wanted to knit with Noro, figure out how to do the color changes and make those color changes look really unique in knitting. in my projects. But so look at this. Yes, I love this, and this I wear at home though. I don't wear this out for some reason, but I do wear this a lot. Partially, I feel like it's delicate. So it's knit with Malabrigo worsted, which I don't know if you guys have knit with that. It's like an old staple, but anyway, it's single ply merino. So it pills a lot. And the pattern is Polly. Let's see, I wrote all this stuff down. So Polly by Isabel Kramer. And this is meant to be a fingering weight. I'm gonna take all this off, my goodness. Fingering weight sweater, cardigan. And it's a free one also. But I don't know, again, this is in my early knitting years, I converted it to worsted weight. And I knit this with the Noro and Malabrigo. And oh my gosh, it's dirty. I'm embarrassed. I should have washed all these before I showed you guys. But anyway. And there are buttons on it, like purple buttons. Can you see that? Yeah. It's a cute one. It's a cute one. I love this sweater. I love the rainbow. Don't look at this is before I knew about jogless stripes. That's okay, no shame in that. Look at that. I do. I love this. It's so pretty. And I use Noro Huron for this, and I had to cut the skeins up to get the color changes and to make it perfect on the sleeves. Look at the two sleeves. This was like a masterpiece, like one of those easier said than done. And I knit it. I was really into the Malabrigo group on Ravelry for a while, and they have Malabrigo March, which just ended, and they post, you know, all these different kinds of projects or challenges. And so one project or one challenge was that you could enter in the contest was the best, I think it was the best duo. Anyway, 50% Malabrigo, 50% another yarn. So this is the inspiration for this project came from that. And I think I might have won. I have won the Malabrigo contest in the past. I think this might have been the winner. Anyway, I love this one. Okay, next up, I have more Noro to show you. Okay. So this is a favorite. I have made two of these, and I think I've made two, maybe even more than one. But this is, let me see, the Hourglass Sweater by Joelle Hoverson. So it's a Purl Sew. Joelle Hoverson wrote patterns for Purl Soho. I don't know if she still does. It's part of their last minute knitted gifts. Purl Soho came out with 2 books called Last Minute Knitted Gifts, and this pattern is in the first book, and it's called the Hourglass Sweater. And look at this. I have worn this tons and tons and tons. And this is Noro Cash Aroha. And I love this yarn. And guess what? It's discontinued. So sad. Does anyone have some in their stash? I'll trade you. I'll buy it. Tell me. If you have any Cash Aroha, let me know. I wish I had scooped up all the Cash Aroha before it was discontinued. This is like cashmere and silk, and I don't know what else it's in it, but it's so soft, and it's so pretty, and it's held up so beautifully, and I love this color. And yeah, I've worn this a ton, and it has waist shaping, and yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty one. It's a really pretty one. It's one of the first sweaters I made, and I really do love it. I love it. Okay. How fun is this that my knits, they make me feel so happy. Don't they make you feel happy too? I'm sure they do. Looking at your knits. I do have to admit though, I went through my project pages on Ravelry to try and get information about these knits, and I saw so many of my bad ones. Yeah, I made some real crappers. I did. And I've donated those. I have frogged them. If I don't wear it and I don't love it, I move it on. I'm one of those kinds of people. I just don't hold on to things. I'm that way with a lot of stuff. I just am not a collector of things. Okay, fine, I have a big stash, but I move it on. If I'm not wearing it and it's taking up space, donate it, or I find someone who's like, oh, that's so pretty. For you, you take it then. You know, if it just didn't come out the way for me that I love. But these are all these, oh my goodness, they've brought me so much joy and happiness. I can't tell you. Anyway, okay, so some of the things that I have knit that I've really loved are the things I've knit for my children. And I just pulled out only one because, I don't know, we want to see a bunch of kids' knits, children's knits, I don't know. But this one, I have to tell you, I loved making and has been used so much. And this is, look at, he's missing an eye. Poor thing. Poor guy. Anyway, this is Mr. Fox Stole My Heart by Tiny Owl Knits. And it's like a little, you know, it goes like this. I don't know if it can get over my head because it's made, look at me, trying to jam it on myself here. But you get the idea. Like he's supposed to lay, now it was made for my daughter, not me. So it's a little tight, but you get the idea, right? So cute. And my daughter, I have to tell you guys, my daughter wore this so much. His stuffing's coming out. He's, all the ends that were woven in so nicely are coming unwound. And I've saved him. She doesn't wear him anymore, but because she's big now, 14. But oh my goodness, did she wear him. And I loved making this for her. And she was so happy and excited when I gave it to her that I can't tell you. It's like a memory. You know what I mean? I know you know. Anyway, yeah, he's dilapidated. I'm wondering if I should pull up a picture of my daughter wearing it. Would you mind waiting for a minute? And I'll do that because she was so happy. Oh, so cute wearing this. And I've got the cutest photo of her on my Ravelry page. Sorry, it's taking so long. Let me just see if I can find it. I should have had this up. I had the West Desert hood up. I'm sorry. Okay, look at her. Look at my daughter. You guys have to see this photo of her. Okay. So cute, right? So, I don't know. I have a whole bunch of knits that I have knit for my 4 kids, like little things, and they've outgrown them or not wearing them anymore, and I just saved them because it's just so special. And this is definitely one of them. Mr. Fox Stole My Heart by Tiny Owl Knits. So cute. And she has a lot of really cute whimsical patterns. If you have never heard of Tiny Owl Knits, she has some really, really pretty ones like forest, I don't know, kind of like mythical themed, I don't know, very, very pretty, woodland, just, I like her aesthetic. It's very, very whimsical and pretty. And I've been attracted to her. I have her book. Anyway, yeah. Okay, enough of that guy, right? Okay, so another one that I love, and I wear this a lot. This sweater is so, so thick, and so thick that I actually wear this like a coat, like on a 45 to 30 to 45 degree day. Instead of wearing a coat, I will put this on. And this is, the pattern is Francis Revisited, and The yarn is Gatsby by Cascade Yarn, so they don't make this anymore. This has also been discontinued. I love the tweed, this tweedy yarn. I think it's so, so, so pretty. I just love it, and I think that, I don't know, I just love this. This is a favorite of mine. It's plain, easy. It's really, really, really thick. I don't know if you can see kind of how thick. It's a bulky knit. I love it, and I have worn this tons. And this, I must have knit this like, I don't know when, 2000 early. But this is a great one. And I think it's a free pattern. I think it was a Knitty. It might have been from Knitty. All right, so I'm about to show you another one from Knitty. Kind of went bad. This one is Girl Friday by Mercedes Tarosevich. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. Sorry if I didn't. This was a Knitty pattern also, so it's free. You can find it. And this was my first seamed project, and I think might have been my last. You know, just knitting pieces and seaming them together, not my forte. Anyway, so here it is. Look at that. Okay, and this is before I knew about alternating skeins. This is knit in Dream in Color Classy, and I think the colorway is Giant Peach. How gorgeous, you guys. I love this color. And you can't see what's wrong here, right? You think, oh, this looks great, Sophia. What you talking about? Seamed it kind of okay. It's a little shady seaming job, but you know, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what went wrong and why I don't wear this. You're going to be like, what, Sophia? Yeah. Want some sleeves, anybody? Yeah, what's going on here? Look at the sleeve. You get this, right? That this is, okay, at least they're proportionate. Yeah. Okay, so for me to actually find my hand, I have to roll up the sleeves like this. Hey. Okay, so other than that, it fits. It's great. It does a good job. Love it. Super pretty. I would never get rid of it because got some extra sleeve going on. Just a little bit with this blue fuzz. Like just a little. Like, what do you do with this? This is all the way up my forearm. I don't know. Really go like this? Maybe. I don't know. I do not wear this one again because of the darn sleeves, but I can't bear to get rid of it or pass it on because I should wear it more often, shouldn't I? It's pretty. I like it. Oh my God. What? Whoop. All right. So my other, like I said, I have so many ones that came out so poorly that I just move them on. I move them on or I frog them, get rid of them. Just undo it because I can't have a pile of bad knits in my house. I just, you know, just move them on. Okay. All right. So I did also want to share these. I love these. So I had done a trade ages ago and someone, I don't even know who it was, sent me this hand spun. And I knit, and I don't even know what the pattern is, these mitts. Okay, well, I got a lot of extra sleeve and now I got the mitts. All right. I wear these so much. If I'm going on a trip and I know it's going to be cold, I throw them in my bag. I can't tell you how many times I've worn these, winter after winter. I highly recommend, everybody needs a bulky pair of mitts in their winter accessory repertoire. I love these because I roll them down like this when I need my hands, and they really roll right out of the way. This is what I love about these so much. And then I can go about my business. I can carry a cup of coffee. I can, you know, pick up my luggage or my bag, and I've got my fingers. And then when I'm cold or I go outside, whoop, and I still have my fingers. I can still use my phone, but they're just big enough and bulky enough that my fingers can be tucked inside so nicely. Bulky mitts. Everybody needs a pair. I'm a firm believer. You need a pair too. Get yourself a pair. You'll be so happy next winter, I'm telling you. Okay, so I wanted to talk about that jumper that I frogged. I did. I frogged it. I saved the yarn, don't worry, but I did. I frogged it. You know what? It was sitting in a bag for 10 years. Come on. Frogged it. But that being said, that Dragonflies jumper by Hohi, I need to make that because I loved that sweater. I loved the idea of it. It was very, very pretty. So I have decided that I have this yarn, which I've shown on the podcast before, this Northbound Knitting yarn. Look at this. How pretty. I'm gonna knit the Dragonflies jumper out of this yarn. What do you guys think? Right? This yarn is so worthy of that pattern. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I really stink at this. This is the Lavandula colorway, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's Merino Silk Decay. I love it. Okay. Next, I wanted to share a few of my bags. Okay. So, I've talked about Jezebel Bee before on the podcast. I even just uploaded recently my, it's right here, my awesome favorite knitting needle organizer. Look at this. Dun, 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 dun. How pretty. See how I did that? I love this. Jezebel Bee, got a pocket right here. And I know we were supposed to talk about bags, but you know, talking about Jezebel Bee, I had to talk about this. This little, oh cool. Got a lot of needles in there, like jamming it shut. Love it. Okay, I also have this bag by her, which I love. I have quite a few of these where you just, you get the idea. So good. This bag is so good. Okay. Oh, kidoki. I also love Madder Root bags, and I have two of their bags. Look at how pretty. And these bags were introduced to us by the Nice and Knit girls. They were telling us how great Madder Root bags are. And I was like, wait, what? I've never heard of those. And look at what you can do. And then, you know, and then you carry it like this. Oh, I didn't wind it up enough. You're supposed to really wind it. Anyway, you guys get the idea, right? How pretty. They're so pretty. Look at this one on the inside. And there's a pocket in there. Pocket. Can you see? I'm so bad at this. Okay. It's pretty. I love it. I love their bags. So beautiful. Okay. And then the other bag that I just adore so much. I have so many bags. I really do, and I do love them all, but I just thought I would pick out these three. Is this most beautiful Swift. by Tom Bin. So again, this bag, Tom Bin is a bag making company. That's their thing. They make tons of bags, all different kinds for traveling, backpacks, you name it. And they've got lots of videos about their bags, the intention behind their bags. So cool. It's a really cool company, Tom Bin. And they teamed up ages ago with, I think her name was Amy Singer. And I think she got together with Tom Bin to make a knitting bag. And they contacted a bunch of knitters and asked them what would they want in a knitting bag. And, you know, a lot of them said, we want a bag that won't like flop over. We want a bag that looks pretty. We want a bag that's light and that will fit over the shoulder so it can be, the knitting can be taken. And just so many things. And this bag is all of those things. I'm gonna take out my pattern. I have here, I started a new sweater, but what's really nice is the bag has these pockets, which are see-through, so you can put your pattern, whatever. They have one of these pockets on either side. So like you can see on this side, I have a bunch of notions. You can see, oh, I'm sorry for the glare. You can see the notions. And they have a ton of these O-rings, which is what Tom Bin's also kind of famous for, is these O-rings. I don't know. I didn't love this bag, and I had a few Tom Bin bags. I traded them. I went through a Tom Bin phase, but then I moved them on. But anyway, they have these O-rings, and you can clip. They have a lot of accessories to clip the O-rings. So like a lot of things like this. And it opens up so wide. Like you can hold a ton of stuff in here. Definitely a sweater project plus more. And it's so super light. And this is the hemp one, which they no longer make this fabric, but I do love it. It's very pretty. They make this bag though in a whole bunch of colors if you're ever thinking of getting a knitting bag. And each Swift comes with one of these stuff sacks, which again can be clipped into the bag. And the bag has no zippers to close. And then you can see what's inside, and it goes with the Swift. And it's super light, this nylon material. They call it like their ballistic nylon. It's super tough and super light, and yeah, I love this bag. Well, I have to tell you guys that I really admire all of those podcasters that podcast by themselves, the single podcasters, because my goodness, I hope I did all right. This is something I'm not used to doing, and I hope it came out all right. Single podcasters who can just talk for so long about their knitting and keep things really interesting and funny. My hat's off to them. I admire them. It's amazing. I hope I kept it entertaining for you guys. I think we are definitely better, all four of us together. The conversation just flows and we joke around with one another, and I think it's more natural that way, at least for me. But I really appreciate your watching and taking the time and spending your time with us, and thank you so much. Please hit subscribe. We get a ton of views, but we only have like 6,000 subscribers, so I always wonder about that. So we'd really appreciate it if you could hit subscribe. Anyway, I hope all of you stay healthy, safe, enjoy your knitting, comment. I love to read your comments. I respond to each and every one. I do my best to, and thank you so much. Bye.
Hi, this is Laurie from the Knitters League, and it's my turn to share with you my knits and also my future knits and some of my project bags. So let's get started. I'm going to start with one of my older knits. It's probably, I don't know if it was probably my third sweater I ever made. And I really thought I was being super cool by making this. And also too, I was really into this designer then, Stephen West, and he really pulled me in with his artsy and unexpected patterns and his fun use of yarns and mixing things and bright colors. And so I made Outer Space. Oh my goodness. Don't look too good. I mean, it doesn't look too good because my knitting wasn't very great then. So don't look too close is what I meant to say. But anyway, I wasn't sure. This is also back when I wasn't even sure how much I wanted to really invest in yarn the way I was investing. I was still trying to deal with that shock. And so I bought Valley yarns from Webs, and it was super inexpensive. And it was also a alpaca blend. It was singles, and I thought I would mix these 3 colors, which I really do like. And I did wear it a couple times. I'll tell you why I don't wear it anymore. It's because it's just too uncomfortable. And, for me, going to work, wasn't going to wear a sweater that was going to come up all the way up to here. Like, as you see, this one does a little bit too, high up when I was reaching for the board, or if I was trying to just simply move around. So it wasn't very comfortable, and I felt sometimes exposed, even though I was wearing something underneath. So this sweater kind of stays at the very, very bottom of my trunk, my sweater trunk. And to be honest with you, it's not something that I ever really plan on wearing again. I would gift it to someone, but I'm not really sure anyone really wants to wear it or who would want to wear it. And I don't know anyone that might want it. So I guess I just feel bad. I could put in Goodwill, but then, someone there may be like, what the heck? Can you throw us a bone here? Give us something a little bit more versatile. But, who am I to judge? Maybe someone will love this. So maybe I should throw this in the Goodwill. But either way, here is my Outer Space. And I was going to wear it today. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put this on and I'm going to rock it. I'm going to be sitting down. It doesn't matter. It consumed me. I just couldn't. And I'm a little bit stuffy right now because things that get stored away for a while. And also my cats, I'm allergic to dust and those things. And not that this is all dusty, but I feel like it really got me going. So I'm sorry that I'm stuffy, but it's partly because of this. So that is one of my sweaters from way back in the past. I'm going to go a little back. I'm going to go to my first sweater. Now this sweater, every once in a while I put it on. The only thing is that I made it too big. And so that's my biggest regret about the sweater because I love this sweater actually. And my first sweater I ever made was Hohi's Boxy, the worsted Boxy. And I made it with Madeline Tosh. This was like my first huge, big sweater quantity on the pricey side yarn. And I remember going to Webs with Sophia and Julie, and I found this, and I think it was called Wisteria or Heather Feather or something like that. It's like a light purple. And I didn't alternate skeins or anything. I mean, this is like, it came out great. And I love this sweater. Now my neck is too big. So sometimes it does the whole like flash dance off the shoulder, which I don't want to do. But I love this sweater. This is one of my favorite sweaters. And every once in a while I just put it on and I do love it again, but it is a little bit revealing, or it just has that open neck too much. And I don't like to show my upper back area too much. It's uncomfortable. I feel too exposed, or like I'm just not, or I'm showing part of myself that I shouldn't be in certain places. So I just kind of don't always feel comfortable, but this is one of my favorites simply because it's my first, and also too because it's a great sweater. And I always think to myself, I should make this again because this is a great like boxy sweater to put over like leggings or skinny jeans or something like that, and or whatever you want to wear it over, because it's really very versatile. So that is my first knit sweater. Loved it. All right. I'm going to go into my second sweater. Now this one I had to bring out because there's a couple things about it that I just want to sometimes ask myself, who were you? Like, what were you doing? And it was when I went through my neuro stage, which is nothing wrong with neuro. Just simply, I mean, this sweater is super, super, super odd. You know, like in terms of coloring, it's very bright and it sticks out. It's got browns and greens. And actually, everyone, I think a couple years ago I wore it to work. I was like, I'm going to wear this. I got so many compliments on it, which was interesting because I think of the sweater as kind of I don't know, it's not my taste anymore. It's like the colors I don't love. And I think also too, it is too big. My sleeves are really wide, which get a little sloppy around my wrists and I get really uncomfortable. And it's just kind of like on the border of, is this okay? Or is this kind of like, you just need to stop wearing it? You know what I mean? But like I said, this is my second sweater I ever made. And this is Agnes. And this is by Melissa LeBaire. And I was all about Agnes. I mean, I started a second Agnes and I still haven't finished it with some yarn that I had gotten from our friend Carrie at Iris Creek Farm when we helped her shear the sheep and we dyed her yarn and all that stuff. I have that still going with some of my farm yarn. But I love Agnes. Agnes is a great sweater. And now that I know that little short kind of look that it was, I think it had pockets. Did it have pockets? I don't know. I didn't put pockets anyway. It's like really something I would like to go back to and maybe do the way it suggested. Like this I made really long. I split the sides. I mean, I don't know. This is when I was like, let's just do whatever I feel like doing. Like I know what I'm talking about and it's going to come out awesome. I think I just did it with making it too big, making it too long. Like I just needed to just let the pattern be the pattern. And this was one of those, like, I did not let the pattern be the pattern. And also now I don't want to wear it because it's not really flattering because of it. I just changed it too much. So anyway, but I have sentiment for it. And I do sometimes go, do I want to wear this again? I think I might. Like, I don't know. Maybe even if I'm doing, maybe this needs to be like around the town, like what I mean, around the neighborhood. Maybe that's what I should wear. It's around the neighborhood. Okay. All right. Let's go to a sweater that I need to still fix. And I believe I will wear it once I finally do this, which I have not, is my Holy Party. So this is a sweater that had like an open side and I did have buttons here. And I do have buttonholes for them to go into. The problem is that they open up on me. Which way does this go? Yeah, they open up on me. So I'm going to stitch this shut. I want to stitch this shut. And, oh, I have it backwards. There we go. It's kind of a short front and longer back. And this is Madeleine Tosh ASAP. And I think the color was Spectre. I love this yarn. I love this yarn. I mean, look at it. How pretty that is. I don't know if you can even see, but it's like rainbowy and there's an iridescence to it. And it's actually a cute sweater. It really is. It's just kind of like I've tried it with t-shirts underneath and I'm never sure if I really love it like that or if I really want it to just be the perfect temperature but not too hot that I can still wear wool. So again, this is a sweater I don't wear too often, mostly because I haven't done this. I haven't fixed this part on the side. And also too, it's one of those that I have to say to myself, hey, it's pretty nice outside, nice enough to wear a short sleeve, but you know, maybe not so hot that you can still wear wool. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta just do this. I won't do that again. I promise. That's disgusting. Okay. All right, so next sweater. I pulled out my Comfort Fade Cardi. So my Comfort Fade Cardi, which I like to call my Cozy Cardi, I name all these patterns the wrong names. So I literally wrote things down because, whoops, this way, because I felt like I was going to fail. So I wrote them down. So this is the Comfort Fade Cardi by Andre Mari. And I did not fade it. I intentionally didn't fade it because I didn't want to fade it. And I had some of this Madeleine Tosh yarn. And I loved the colors together and I felt like it felt very classic, very J. Crew, very Americana. I just loved it, and I get a lot of compliments on this. This has a great cowl. Let me look at this cowl. Snap. See, am I doing it justice? I don't know. And super comfy. It's one of my favorite sweaters, and I love it. And it's great with jeans. It's great just to sit around knitting with. Like, I love sitting on the couch with it, just cozy up with it. It's so comfort, fade for sure. So this is one of my favorites. See what else? I had to bring out this one, the throwback. This is also one of my favorites. And I have to say, this is one of my favorites because, because it's so darn comfortable. It's effortless. And I have a sweater called Effortless, which I almost brought, which was by Hannah Fedig, I believe. And my Effortless sweater, which I love, I didn't bring, is effortless. But this one is too. And I love the fact that even though it has a crew neck collar, it doesn't like feel like it falls on you the way like sometimes crew neck sweaters do. I tend to like a V-neck sweater because I feel like it doesn't interrupt this space, but this one doesn't. And you can wear a lot of good things underneath it and still feel comfortable. You can wear a collared shirt, you can wear a t-shirt, and it still looks really great. This is wool, and the colors I were like Black Eyed Susan was the yellow, Grapevine was the dark purple, Coral was the coral, and I believe the light purple was called Wisteria. How do I remember that? I don't even know. But this is my throwback by Andrew Murray, and I will say this is probably the sweater I wear the most because it's so easy and it just goes with everything, and it feels casual, but like you feel like you're still doing something, you're still looking good. You know what I mean? So if you haven't made a throwback, you need to. And I know you got the throw over tempting you, make that one too, because that one is awesome also. That's on my list. So anyway, this is the throwback. So this is one of my faves. All right, I'm going to go to a shawl this time. And this is my favorite shawl, my favorite shawl. I bought more yarn. I bought yarn to make another one maybe. If not, I'll just save it for the yarn for something else. But this shawl, hands down, is my favorite because, one, it is the perfect shape. It's the perfect size, and it's the perfect detail, and I get so many compliments on this shawl. I think the yarn that I use helps too, and the color that I use helps too, and it's being versatile for me. But either way, this is my favorite shawl, the hipster. The hipster shawl is my favorite shawl because it just wraps around you just perfectly. I mean, you put it on, and I'm just gonna put it on. Put it on. Holy smokes. I'm actually a little chilly, so I don't mind that I'm putting this on. And it drapes so nicely. And then you got these little tassels that I love tassels. I told you this. I love tassels. So I love that little detail. They're worth putting on. So do it. And then it just has like these little, these crosses that you see here. I don't know. This camera is like so weird. I'm not using my iPad this time, and I can't tell if I'm going, it's like a airplane, like up is down and down is up. Look at me. I'm like, can't even manage. But anyway, this shawl just goes so well. I wear it a lot of times with my throwback. Actually, I wore it to Rhinebeck like that. And it just, just looks so good. Again, it's gray, so it's kind of like a nice, easy neutral. And also too, the yarn I used was Ball and Skein, and I think they're out of New England somewhere. I can't remember exactly. It's 50% silk, 50% wool. So there's a little bit of shine going on this one, and just enough to attract your eye, but not like over shiny. And this doesn't pill at all. Like I find like sometimes silk can kind of get that fuzz on it because it is so fine. This not even pilling the tiniest bit. And I think because it is half, 50-50, the drape is just wonderful. So anyway, this is my favorite shawl. And it's not a lot of yardage. It's obvious. Oh, did I say it's Hohi? It's Hohi, if you don't know. And I think because it's not a lot of yardage and it's a fun knit and it goes by fast. I did this one really fast. I think I did it like 4 days maybe. I mean, I was zipping. I mean, I was so into it too. So I love this shawl. This is my favorite. All right, let's keep going. Okay, this is probably the sweater that made me the happiest when I had made it for Rhinebeck. As far as success goes, this made me feel good. I felt like I had picked out this like wonderful color. I felt like I had picked out a tweed. So the tweed was different. It wasn't something that I had done before. And then also too, just in general, it was the first time I did a lot of lace work and bobbles, and I felt great when I finished it, and I got so many compliments on it. So it was like affirmation of like something that I felt by others, which always is a bonus. So it is White Horse by Caitlin Hunter. This was my Rhinebeck sweater. Am I going the wrong way? Geez, what is wrong with me? It's like everything's backwards on the screen. Go, Laurie, figure it out. Anyway, this sweater here is, I just have to do it like this, one of my favorite sweaters. And this sweater, when I wear this sweater, people are like right on me. Like, what is this? Like, this is great. You made that? Oh my God, you made that. Oh my gosh. Cause it's just got so much detail. And, I have to say my bobbles like to kind of go in hiding. I'm not sure if I knew what I was, if I made some, I don't know. I don't know if they just go in on me sometimes. They don't stick out, which I don't care. But this sweater was a hit, and it still is. And when I put it on, I feel good, and I love the color. It's this limey green that's so good. So the wool is, the yarn is duck duck wool, and I can't remember the color. But anyway, the yarn was duck duck wool, and I bought it at Indian Tangled, one of the Rhinebeck prior to the Rhinebeck I wore it. So anyway, so this is White Horse by Caitlin Hunter, and one of my faves. All right, so that's a good one. Here is one of my others that I really love. This is a cowl, and I'm gonna tell you, I loved it, didn't love wearing it until I really just made friends with it. And it is my Batiki cowl. And I love this, well, mostly because of the color. This is Molly Girl. The yarn is Molly Girl. And I don't know I can't remember the actual names, but these are those blacklight yarns. Like if you go into blacklight, it definitely it glows, or you know how blacklight works. I love this. And what I struggled with originally with it was the fact that you put it on, and well, first of all, I won't wear it the way you put it on, and it's kind of like exposes the inside, like doesn't really, like, you put all this work in and it's like doesn't really. So I had to really kind of learn that doing this to a cowl really was better, and that helped. I mean, obviously just kind of work it. I brought this to Peru and I wore it to Peru. It felt like it was meant to be for Peru. And anyway, it's one of my favorite cowls. I love to hike with it because it's not a lot of business. It's just simply like around my neck and keeps me warm the way it should be, and I can still have my coat. So I would make another cowl now knowing, and I have made other ones, like longer ones, but like the short cowl I have to say I'm kind of partial to, because I've learned how to manage it. So if you get frustrated with your cowl, this is what's worked for me. Just kind of taking the ribbing part that's on the top and just tucking it in. So I'm sure you figured it out already, and I'm just late to the game. But anyway, this is the Batiki, and I love it. Okay, I'm really talking a lot. I'm like, let's see if I can get going here. I'm going to show you one more, maybe two more sweaters. This is my Rhinebeck sweater from this year. This is Hohi's Ricoletta, and the yarn is Nice and Knits, and the yarn color obviously is the, if you didn't know, this was called the Rhinebeck League, and Nice and Knit had dyed it for us. We'd asked them to make us this green, and they did, and you can see it's a lot of lace work. And I had just kind of told myself I really wanted to do something that was going to show off the yarn without being overly, I guess, too detailed in the front, or something that was going to take away if I wanted to wear like a backpack, or I needed to be like free and have my design be from the back instead of the front. I've learned to love the sweater more now after Rhinebeck, because it kind of took a little time to kind of get used to this cowl and the raglan sleeve. This raglan sleeve is short, so like if you see it, the raglan kind of feels like it comes like really far out on your shoulder, and your cowl is all the way to like here. So unlike like a raglan that usually does this, it's kind of like more on the edge, so it always feels like it was kind of like, did I make it too small? But once I got kind of past that, it's a really great sweater, and I love it. It's a nice comfy kind of like jeans and a t-shirt kind of sweater. So this is my Hohi Ricoletta, and I feel like I'm really struggling with this. Like, I hope I'm not messing it. Look at, like, I'm crooked. I can't get it right. Okay. All right. So those are my knits, and most of them are knits I want to wear, to be honest with you. There's just like the ones from my way past that I kind of like just hold on for like memorabilia of like who I was then, and also to like my journey. But in general, you know, I wear most of my knits. So yeah, that's good. All right, let's talk about my future knits. So I've had yarn in my stash designated for future knits. Some of them go back way back, and some of them are more recent. But I will tell you that I have quite a few projects that have been caked up and ready to go, and just have never just gotten onto needles because something distracts me. One of those is my Camaro sweater, which is a sweater by Tannis Fiber Arts, and I love this sweater. Julie made it, and right away I was like, I need that. And that was like a year, like I don't know how many Rhinebacks ago, and I was on a mission to find yarn for it. But of course, it's hard to find mini skeins of DK, and I was lucky that when I went to White Barn Farm, because Julie had gone there to get some yarn for the Nilchik Swancho. I think it was either that year or the year after. I think we got it the same year. They did have some DK minis. So I ended up getting this is Pigeon. The color is called Pigeon. This is for my body. And let me see if I can grab all these. And then I bought all these little minis. And I think about this and I go, geez, Laurie, like this is an awesome sweater. Like, why aren't you working on this? Because like the colors that I got for the rainbow or the Camaro part of it, where it's like all different colors, are these. Oh my gosh. Is this better? No. These are the colors. So I have like this wine color. I have a gray color. I have an orange color. Maybe it's easier if I do this. I have this brown, this yellow. I have this gray. It's like a very neutral. Then I have like also like this pink and this orange that come in. And then to bring it all together, I have that white, that cream to go with that purpley kind of gray Pigeon. So that has been caked up literally since the day I bought it. Okay, I'm just saying that's like 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, this has been sitting around waiting for me with the pattern and everything. So yeah, gotta get going. All right, another sweater that's been in my stash waiting for needles to touch its wonderful fiber is the yarn that I bought for my, and where am I? Missing one. Where's my other one? Oh, here it is. The yarn for my Ninilchik Swancho, which is what I like to call my Swancho poncho. And this is what I bought for that. This is called Pink Clay, I believe, by Madeline Tosh. I've had this for a long time in my stash. And then I went and bought these 3 colors from Neighborhood Fibers. Okay, this one is Waverly. It's a cool little wine color. This one is called Chamois. And it's got some great blues. Which way is it? This way. I gotta focus on just paying attention to the dot, not to my face. And then the last one is Cedar Crop. So anyway, that one day will be my Ninilchik. I also have, this is some of my most recent yarn, and I've shown this before. This was yarn that I bought at VKL this year for my So Faded. Isn't that pretty? Something like I've never really, these aren't colors that I usually go for. I will wear them. Actually, they kind of go right with what I'm wearing right now. Okay, these are Magpie. And they're the swanky sock. So they have some cashmere in them. That's right. So soft. So soft. I also have plans for the Novelli, sorry. And where is that? Novelli. I bought by Lichen and Lace this color called Coral. And this is super nice. This would be the body for the Novelli. And then I also bought this, holy smokes, so long ago. This was Homespun House. I bought this back when the first season of Stranger Things came out. Okay, so this is the Stranger Things colorway, and it's called I Felt Frozen. And this yarn, I'm going to pair it up with this Madeline Tosh. It's just a plain black that I was able to find, which I loved. So these would be the kind of like the color work at the bottom, and this would be the body. So that's a plan. Let me show you one more. This is a newer one. This is going to be this is called Pasture Rose, and this is O Wool. I love O Wool. My throwback was O Wool. And this is called Pasture Rose, and it's going to be for the Creme de Yvette. And that's by Thea Coleman. And so she posted this on Instagram, and she posted it in a nice little purple color with O Wool yarn. And I was like, yep, just bought it. Just went and bought it because I love O Wool, and I love that sweater. And this is a chunky. So it should go somewhat fast, I think. All right. I don't know. Oh, I guess I'll talk about one more. I have a bunch of projects here that I'm not talking about, but this one here is for the Leelanau shawl. And this is by, sorry, I gotta look. I'm looking at the wrong side. There it is, Natasha Hornby. Sorry, Natasha. I've been wanting to make this for a very long time too. These are also O Wool, and this one is called Bull Thistle. This one's called Mustard Seed. And oh, this one has no tag, and I don't know what it's called. Gray. It's called Gray. So, yeah. So anyway, these are going to be for the Leelanau shawl. And I have a lot of projects. Actually, I have a lot of yarn ready and it has a designation. It's just a matter of me getting to it. And I thought I'd just start with this, but I'm realizing I'm talking forever. Holy smokes. Okay, so I'm going to just talk about a couple bags, and then I'm going to sign off. So a lot of people asked about our bags, and to be honest with you, for the longest time, I didn't buy bags because I could make bags, and Julie makes bags too. So Julie and I were making a lot of bags. Matter of fact, there was a time where we were bringing some of our bags to Rhinebeck and leaving them with our friend Carrie at Iris Creek Farm at her booth at Rhinebeck, and people were buying our bags there. And so that was kind of like a nice little bonus. We got a little extra cash, and we thought we were doing something creative and maybe, having a little bit of a business on the side. So we didn't really buy bags, and I felt very strongly about really buying bags because I were not buying bags because I felt like I could make bags. So like one of my bags, I'll show you if I can get to it. I made some like just regular bags. Like this one is not my bag. This is a shoot. Why can't I remember it? So it's with a P. I want to say, I know it's a Pulitzer. It's the Piltzer bag. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Oh gosh, why can't I remember? Let's see, is there something in here that tells me? So this style bag we were making quite a few of. But anyway, yep, no tag. But anyway, this one was a gift from Sophia. So a lot of my bags that are like name bags that you might know, are really gifts. I don't usually buy too many bags. But that was one bag. But this is a bag I had made. It was like a box bag, and it's kind of empty because it's been holding my, I guess it's not showing very well. But this is one of those like box bags, right? It's like a square bag. And this right now is holding one of my sweater projects. It's actually holding my Nev fade. My fade neve, sorry, backwards. But made my own bags. But then like a bag like this bag is Bags by Awesome Granny. Sorry, I want to make sure it was awesome in there too, and not just Bags by Granny. And she gifted us some bags, and we were able to give some to our viewers, which was kind of cool. So this was a nice bag. And then there's things like this is one of my favorite purchase bags, Madder Root. I love Madder Root bags. I love the whole twisting and then like the buckle. And of course, Julie. He's bag. That was another gift. But honestly, like my favorite bags are these kind of bags, like the vegabou bags or the LOQ, like the Loke bag, or there's a whole bunch of brands that I like. It's just like nylon bags, and I just throw stuff in. This is like another one. This is, Loki. It's LOQI. Like these nylon bags. I love bags like this. And like this bag, Julie made me this bag. She gifted me like a skein of yarn and a sock pattern, and she made me this bag. So like that was my birthday gift one year, and it was so nice. So like, like I have some bags that Julie's made, but mostly, a lot of our bags are homemade, and some of them, we have obviously some nice bags that are not homemade, but we have so many different bags, and they just kind of like come to us here and there from like random moments in gifts, Christmas, birthdays, and or just simply like a splurge of a purchase. But otherwise, we pretty much I put my stuff in anything that holds it, honestly. So anyway, well, I think that's it for me. I'm not sure if I went on too long, but I hope you enjoyed my knits and get a sneak peek of what I have in my closet, and also what I hope to make one day. And then also too, where I put all my precious yarn, all my bags. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and talk to you soon.
Hello. Oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So
You're like professionals at that.
It makes us laugh.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Surprise! It's all four of us here together. How is everybody?
Good. Well, okay. So what about knitting? What are you guys working on? Should we talk about what we're working on, or what? Like, what are you working on? Besides, has anyone been working on anything new?
I started a baby dress. I talked about briefly, but that should be done soon-ish. I'll have lots of time this weekend, except I've got some yard work I'm actually gonna try to attempt. So
That's what I did today. I did yard work.
well, I've got a fence that fell, and it's falling even more with yesterday's weather. So taking it
That
out.
went a lot of big trees down. When we drove, Tim and I went to get mulch today. Tons of trees down. That was crazy winds, like 6-mile-per-hour winds yesterday.
I know. Yeah. We had a big branch come down in the front yard. I think we have to get a tree taken down.
Oh no!
It's in our house. Okay,
Is that a wetsuit you have on, Julie?
Oh, that's
Work. Oh, it's like a workout shirt. It didn't look like one of those like
I know what you're talking about.
It was at the lake, and we just
swim.
Yeah.
Swim guard.
No, Logan and I have been running around the lake, so.
Oh, that's so
I
good.
didn't swim, but I ran.
Looks good.
Walks.
I go get my dog. She's barking.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sophia, what
Interrupt.
you tell us?
I'm working on the Comfort Fade Cardi that I'm knitting out of the skein cocaine yarn, which I'm just so enjoying, and I'm loving it. It's so fun, and the pictures I'm telling you do not do this yarn justice. It's so pretty in person. I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. Do you think you will keep it the right side out, or you're gonna do it the way the pattern?
I definitely want to keep the stockinette side out, but the collar is garter. So my question to you guys is, do you think that would be weird?
No, why not?
I don't know, because the collar won't match the body of the sweater. Does it matter?
I don't think it matters.
When do you
What
have
do
to
we
make a decision?
It's the yarn has so much color, so it's not like it's gonna not match.
That's true. It just won't be the same stitch.
Yeah, so it's a little element of an extra little element.
That yarn is so much more vibrant on the stockinette side. So that's why I'm thinking about keeping it on the stockinette side. It's so pretty.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about your stocking instead of the pearl on that comfy?
Yes. But then I was saying that the collar is all garter stitch, so it wouldn't match. Do you think that's weird? Would it be weird?
No. I mean, don't you guys have a sweater that's like knit and then has a garter on the cuffs?
The So Faded has the garter on the shoulders.
No, but something that you have, Sophia. Don't you have like
I think I do.
I think like on a cuff it looks like a little bit bulkier, but I think on a cowl.
On the collar part, right? Like your Comfort Fade Cardi has that huge that collar part that's garter. Do you think it would look weird?
I think it'll just be like seem like maybe more like a vertical ribbing instead of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst? Like leave your loose ends out and then try it on. And then worst case, you just, right? Can't you?
Yeah, I could rib it. I could do a 2x2 rib around. That's the other idea I was thinking for the collar. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it both ways, to be honest with you. I liked it pearled and knit.
And
but it gives a different effect.
Yeah. I can't wait for you guys to see it in person. It's really the kind of thing I wish I could show you.
Is that like your one project you're working on, your main one?
My main one, and I'm finishing up that test knit. I ran out of yarn, but thank God for Ravelry. Someone else had the same skein, and I wound up buying an extra skein off someone. So I waited for that to come, and it just came yesterday. So I just have one sleeve to go.
Great.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and my Fade Neve that I'm working on, one of my little balls of yarn went missing. Like I had 10 of them. I don't know where the 10th one is. I know I had 10. Like I know. I mean, I'm almost doubting myself now because I can't find it. I mean, I've really tried looking for this thing. I can't find it. But anyway, so that put me in a predicament because it put me literally 124 yards less than what the size I'm making tells me I need. Like literally need that one ball. But the sleeve, and because I only had 2 balls left and then like a little half a ball, and I managed to do one sleeve with 1 ball, so I have the other ball for the other sleeve. So it just goes to show you how these patterns always ask for 100 and something yards more, which I get it, but you know, you can't count on that.
Well, I
No,
think
that's so
sometimes
true.
it's based off of the yarn that they use and the yardage that yarn is. So when you're doing the math, you don't actually always need that extra ball necessarily, because you're like taking whatever the yardage is of that specific yarn, adding it all up together, right? I mean, it depends on the pattern, I guess.
Sure,
And then
all
it's
about,
like,
not about the, I mean, obviously it's gauge, and I'm sure these, because gauge can vary not only within the yarn but within the knitter. I'm assuming these designers add.
Yeah, they approximate.
I bet they do.
That's a word, right?
They have to add a tolerance for the sake of, like, who wants to be short 124 yards? I'd be mad. But darn it, I almost always have the extra yardage. And so then it's kind of like, well, I just bought a skein. Yeah. That I mean, not totally complaining, but
I always, well, then you feel done with the yarn. Like after you finish a project, you're kind of don't want to knit with that anymore. Right?
Yeah, a little bit. And sometimes it back up in another project, but it takes a while for you to be like, oh, I want it in something again. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm glad it worked out. Keeping my fingers crossed, like, so bad. I was like, please let this be a point where I actually need less yards than the pattern really calls for. And it's true. So,
Awesome.
And of course, I'll probably find this ball tomorrow when I'm done, but
always works out that way.
Always. So, but yeah.
So what about you, Julie?
Yeah, I finished my throw over. So that's good. I love it. You guys,
I can't wait to see it.
Speaking of skeins, and so, I had bought 4 skeins of nightshades, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what I was using the yarn for, but I only used 2 and maybe a little more than 2.5 skeins of the main color for the throw over. So I'm just saying, I always end up with an extra skein of yarn.
So but it calls for worsted, and nightshades is DK. It worked?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to use my nightshades.
That's good. I did go up. I think I did the 3rd size, maybe I would have done the 2nd.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Still.
But I'm working on my test knit still, and then sorrel.
I thought nightshades was worsted the whole time up until I went to go use it for something for worsted and realized it was DK. When did that happen? When did it turn into DK?
I get so confused. You could tell me it was worsted. I don't know. I don't remember.
It looks worsted sometimes when I touch it. I don't know if it's because it's got that farminess to it, but
it's plump.
It is plump. Yeah.
And I have 5 of those things. They're like 240 in each one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
So yeah, I
I have 3.
I feel like I am done with the yarn when I'm done with a project. So I always have an extra skein. You should make a pile and then just I don't know, sell it.
Oh, I know. Well,
all right. So are we going to be able to do this the next week or two, a real podcast via Zoom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Let's try it. Because solo is fun to a degree, but it's...
I'm out. I think I'm out of the Julie charm, if there was any.
Yeah, I struggle.
Yeah.
It's not as good, I feel like.
Sometimes I need like a response. If I have a question, I need a response.
I can't think of things. I'm waiting for you guys to help me out. You're not there.
Well, I'm used to talking to myself a lot. It's kind of one of my little things I do. But then what happens to me is I end up talking forever to myself. And then I'm like, whoa, I was here too long doing this. There's something. And Tim's like, who are you talking to? I'm like,
myself. Just leave me alone. But I mean, those other times were the video. But I mean, yeah.
So I have to talk to myself. There's nobody else here sometimes, and I'm like, it's too quiet.
Oh, I don't do that. I do
Sometimes.
it because person is me when I need to really resolve something. Oh my gosh.
Well, but that's what I mean. Like, it's like I'm like, oh, should I wash the dishes? I'm like, yeah, you really should just wash the dishes. Just get it done with. And that's the conversation I have in my head out loud sometimes.
I talk to myself. Maybe not that much.
So yeah, degree in which you talk to yourself. And but no, but really, I'd rather be with you guys. I don't want to talk to myself anymore.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea, and now the good idea is over.
All
I kind
right.
of feel like the Brady Bunch minus a couple people because I feel like I should be looking that way.
Oh yeah, so
And then,
who,
like-
I'm looking. Wait,
Like
so
down.
Lori, look the other way. You're looking at me.
There you go.
Okay, if I go, I'm looking at Sophia.
Okay, wait, but I'm looking at.
You're looking at Sophia, so that's the way it's recording. Okay,
Well, it's
look.
yeah. I mean, it depends on.
right. So here, if we want to get
No relief. I'm gonna say, do we all have a week off this right? Or do our kids all have a week off?
we
Do
do.
Everyone
I
has a-
do?
Not you.
Do not.
No,
Oh.
Nope.
they
We
took
just
it
had
away.
Monday. Just had Monday only.
They took it away.
They took it away.
Oh wow. Okay.
We just had
With the
Monday.
with the hopes of what? I guess is the question.
Well, the idea was that they started the online learning and everyone got into the groove. So why upset the groove?
Oh,
It would
well,
be
Because
bad.
okay,
our like we got a weekend. We need a break already. Like it was.
Feel it, Lori.
And I'm so glad because I needed it. I needed it really bad.
Yeah.
So I know poor Lily, she doesn't have it in Coventry and she's just like struggling like over there. It's hard. It's hard to like school your kid
It's
when
really, really hard. I'm going to tell you. That's why I'm up here in this room that we usually podcast in, because there's 2 Zoom meetings going on in other areas of my house right now, and it's late in the day.
Yeah. Yep. Some days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
Yep.
like I kind of feel like a teacher, except I don't have to do lessons plans. So I'm more like a tutor full time.
oh, you're a teacher. You're a teacher for sure.
I'm not. I'm just like, did you do this? Did you do this? Why am I getting an email from your teacher that you haven't checked in?
Yeah.
I think I actually had a dream the other day. I had a dream about Ava's band teacher. Like, Ava has an F right now. So, and I'm like, oh God.
I had the
Well,
vice.
right. That's right.
Right.
Well, I had a dream last night that the principal gave us all the heads up that we were homeschooling until next February. I just
No, imagine.
Oh
I mean,
my God.
mulch, and it occurred to me that was a dream. I was like, oh God. You know, like when you have a dream and you forget about it, and then all of a sudden you realize you dreamt it, and up until that point, it was in the back of your memory as reality.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, what a nightmare. Till
That
February.
would definitely be a nightmare because it's like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm looking forward to summer, but I'm like, will it really though be summer quite when it is summer? Do you know what I mean? At least for me.
Weird. It's going to be weird.
Stuck at home, maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you're gonna still do all the things you've been doing, except for it's hotter. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And the
I
electricity
feel
bill's
like
going to be
an
really
IT.
high.
I'm
Would you-
sorry.
what'd you say, Sophia?
I said, I feel like an IT lady. Like I'm constantly helping upload this, or how do I turn in that, or how do I open this?
Well,
That's right.
that
Yeah.
was one of the things I was upset about for Griffin. Like, and one of the things I said, and I keep referring to this, but like, I feel like and he was stressing out. I mean, he was definitely, the social emotional piece was like missing, and he needed it really bad, and felt bad for him. I mean, it was like he'd wake up in the morning, he'd check his calendar, he'd see what his agenda was, he'd go to his virtual meetings, then he'd do his big projects. I was like, he's a CEO. Like what is earning? Like, you know, I mean, it is, but I mean, and I'm not complaining because granted, this is what we got and I'm a teacher and I do it, but it's a lot for kids and everybody to So
Yeah, and then just imagine like, so you know, most times you have the summer and friends don't see each other very often, and when you get back to school, everyone's like, oh my gosh, everyone changed. This is like they're gonna not see each other for even longer. So it's just like, imagine how many changes people are gonna be going through.
Yeah. And
But anyway,
in our
let's move on
Montessori,
to something a little
cut
what?
short, 14 years at this Montessori school, and I don't get an ending. You know?
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, a lot of people are missing out on the graduation type of
I know there's
experience.
A lot of, seniors in high school. That's got to be awful. Yeah. So
I know
we don't have schools are not officially closed, so I'm still hanging on. I still have
my graduation's canceled.
they're closed.
Colleges.
Closed.
Yeah.
We're not going back, people. We're not going back this year. We're not. It's just a matter of, I mean, I think there's just like this hope that we will go back. And I think it's just prolonging and torturing us all. Like, just tell us we're not going back, you know?
Yes. Right. Yeah.
I'd much plan and know that this is my reality till June 16th than say May 20th and then no, you know, but whatever.
We can hope.
I guess I think it's just, then what, you go back for 4 weeks, like 3 weeks?
Yeah, that's going to be weird if we did go back, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I think of all the energy that they take to clean those buildings and keep them like that, and then we're just going to go and like it, I don't know. It just seems to me at that point you might as well just say, okay, let's just stick it out to the end. I mean, it's 3 weeks.
Exactly.
But
just it'll be so disjointed, I feel like, too.
Yeah, and they already in our school are doing pass fail. There's not going to be any final exams.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, or 4. So.
Oh, I got cat hair on my lips now. So have you guys been able to get some knitting in, fit some knitting in during schoolwork, tutoring, being a tech?
You know, as soon as Good Friday hit, I was like, you know, that was me. But up at that point, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, I got some more done recently, but I'm still like trying to work on some projects. So yeah, I don't know.
I haven't done nearly as much as I expected or thought I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a lot of hopes and dreams and expectations of myself. And it's just like, it doesn't ever, the day ends and I'm just thinking, where did all the knitting time go?
Yes.
Yeah. Gig is hard. This gig of staying home is hard.
Like, it's very hard. I was thinking for someone who's at home, not running around anymore, not going from here to here, shuffling to activity, I have oodles of time for knitting, but it's not, I don't know. It's just not like that for some reason.
No.
I hear you. Just think of all the finished objects we'll have when we finally do see each other.
I'm feeling a little more ambitious.
So much time, not that we've done so much already.
Well,
we hope all of our viewers are safe and healthy and taking care for sure.
Yeah, we've been going crazy. We've been using, we've all been baking, right? Feels like everyone's baking. Yeah.
I've been baking.
Yeah.
I've also been eating it.
Yeah, me too. I just stepped on the scale. Not bueno. No bueno. I'm not joking. But did you guys see I made 1,000 ravioli yesterday?
I saw that.
Yeah, I was waiting for my delivery. I haven't gotten it. I don't know. Something must have happened with mail. I don't know.
Elissa, maybe, but yeah, we stopped counting around 1,000, but we estimate like Tim and I made 1,200, I think, a little over 12.
It looked epic, really.
It's a project. Like one full day just to prepare the filling. And then, of course, on top, I burnt half of the filling, so I had to start over on half the filling. So that was a longer 1-day project. And then the rolling, that took us 5.5 hours to, make the dough and roll it out and make all of those. So,
wow.
And you have a freezer, obviously.
Yeah,
freezer.
we had to make sure we had space in our freezer. So we put them in these Tupperware, and you stack them like on wax paper with a little flour so they don't stick to each other. And then like I put like each one, we have 4 of those containers. So there's about, like a little over 400 ravioli in each one.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're really awesome. They're really good. It's a friend of ours, their recipe. So it's like over 200 years old, from Sicily or something. I don't know, something like that. So
cool. That's so cool.
yeah, really cool. I'm lucky they shared it with me. So
What? So thank you for joining us for our little get together here.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys soon.
All
Thanks for
right.
watching. Don't forget to follow, like, all that jazz. Knitters League.
Bye, everyone.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.